Obstacles facing cap and trade, led by one very prominent politician.
Alaska Republican Governor Sarah Palin came out swinging today in an op-ed in the Washington Post, calling President Obama's cap-and-trade energy plan, a version of which has been passed by the House, quote, an enormous threat to our economy. She went on to say, quote, job losses are so certain under this new cap and tax plan, that's what critics call it, that it includes a provision accommodating newly unemployed workers from the resulting dried-up energy sector to the tune of $4.2 billion over 8 years. Democratic leaders were pleased when the bill passed the House, saying it will combat global warming and invest in new sources of energy. But it passed by only 7 votes, with 44 Democrats voting against it. That could portend trouble for the measure in the Senate. And the president's energy policy also is facing opposition from his left flank. Environmental groups say the House, in order to get the bill passed, gave away too many carbon-emitting permits and credits to businesses, which Greenpeace USA says defeats the purpose of the bill, calling the bill, quote, a victory for coal industry lobbyists, oil industry lobbyists, agriculture industry lobbyists, steel and cement industry lobbyists. Another part of the president's carbon emissions policy also is running into controversy. One Republican congressman charges that the Obama administration was too secretive in meetings that climate czar Carol Browner and California officials held with the auto industry to set a new national fuel economy and emissions standards. The head of the California Air Resources Board, Mary Nichols, told the New York Times, quote, we put nothing in writing ever. That was one of the ways we made sure that everyone's ability to talk freely was protected. But Wisconsin Representative Jim Sensenbrenner doesn't see it like that.
Well, I think it's something more sinister because usually there are extensive notes taking on any regulatory decisions.
Congressman Sensenbrenner says he's concerned that alternative views may have been suppressed in the process. And he's calling for an investigation into what he calls, quote, the lack of transparency at the EPA. The Bush administration faced similar criticism in putting together its energy policy when then Vice President Cheney held closed-door meetings with oil and gas and environmental leaders. In Washington, Molly Henneberg, Fox News.